Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Drone Out. Tonight you're joined by Andrew / Frank.
Hello.
Andy RC.
Hello.
Sorry, I could hear noise. Ash.
Hello.
I don't actually know your last name. It's apparently...
It's irrelevant.
Ash.
That's not real.
That's his pretend name.
Yeah,
Why does my pretend name have to declare it, but you don't? Right, I'm reporting you tomorrow.
Just send me a photo of your passport. I'll sort the rest out.
I know.
Allegedly.
Flat Earth Tony.
Bonjour.
And Terry Kitten.
Hello.
Wearing a holster t-shirt as well, who's been rough to Americas.
What? Say that again in the form of an English sentence.
Well, no, I was trying to talk American, like improper. You've been to America a lot. Is that what that's about?
What? Who are you talking to?
You. I'm surprised I'm not talking to you in command line interface. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. We've been trying to teach Jack Linux.
Bloody hell.
We've been breaking him. And his brain's been melting.
Yeah, and I'm Jack Bright Till I Fly, and that was a horrible intro, but I'm going to be the one editing it.
So when are you setting up your Raspberry Pi flight controller then, Jack?
When I can get my screen to work, my HDMI Pi chat screen, but apparently thinks it's a USB device when it's not.
Well, you just need to install Linux on it, apparently.
Ash, I thought you were in a different country yesterday. Where are you?
He is. Check the carpet out and have a guess.
Get the carpet out. What?
Oh, hang on. I've got to try and plug this.
If he goes to somewhere, if you point it at the carpet, you pretty much know where you are.
Hang on. Hang on. Haven't they seen this carpet before? Is that why?
Oh, I don't know.
You making pornography?
It's
clearly
the worst carpet.
In the north or in some Eastern European bloc country. It's one of the two.
Yeah, looks like a brothel, doesn't it?
I was going to say we've got a room that still looks like that here.
They've got like a dog room and stuff. Isn't that what they do up north?
Yeah, that's it. Looks like just someone's vomited all over the carpet. And just
That's the one.
I do keep waking up thinking I've drunkenly stumbled into a brothel, but no, it is a hotel in Romania. It's really nice. It's in Bucharest. It's a beautiful place, but it is just the weirdest decor. What is this? I mean, look at this bit here.
Why are you always in Romania, Ash? What's there?
Work.
His other wife.
Work.
Ash works
Wives.
as a trafficker.
What kind of work?
Boring IT stuff. No, it's great. I love my job.
Curry house, judging by that carpet.
The great thing is you never need to vacuum this carpet because you just if you drop something, it's gone. You never see it ever again.
No, you drop something, it'll make you look better.
It's very nice over here. It's actually a bit of an IT hub over here, and a lot of companies are outsourcing their IT to places like Romania and Poland now instead of India because it's just a better time zone and they speak great English and they get the job done really well. So,
and what you drinking there looks like urine.
Tuborg, or however you pronounce it. That's good.
Check out the colour of the thing that I've got.
Oh, milk. Cocodamol.
I'm glad it just looks like milk on the camera. Put it that way.
Why are you drinking jizz? Am I allowed to say jizz?
Is it to help you go to the toilet? Is it that sort of stuff? That's what it looks like.
If I drink too much of it, I'll probably end up on the toilet. Yeah. I've got a dilemma because I've received a product today and I'm not sure if it's okay, as in politically correct.
Well, show us and we'll be an excellent judge.
Is it a Hitler fancy dress?
It's made of rubber.
It's on topic. It's a drone product.
Drone that looks like Hitler?
I wonder if I can. I'm not sure it's going. It's a battery. That's all it is. It's a battery.
Is it shaped like a dildo?
He says that's okay.
I don't think this is going to come up.
Are we after the watershed yet in the UK?
I don't think this is. It's going to be backwards. Is that backwards?
Full send.
Full send.
Can you see
the girl riding something?
Yeah.
A rocket
thing.
Can you see? Oh no, there we go. Can you see?
Like a naked blonde girl riding a rocket.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It looks like kind of World War II nose art.
Yeah, it does.
I think considering the picture, they were quite safe with the name of it.
Hang on, I got. I mean, give me some stickers.
Who's it? Is it UK?
Study those stickers.
The what?
I said Tony would like to study those stickers.
I don't know where these have come from because yeah, I've obviously accepted. So someone said, "Shall I send you some batteries?" And I probably drunkenly said yes. I don't know where they've come from, but now I'm like, is that okay to have in these days?
Yeah, man. Why not?
I'm a bit worried about what these batteries are intended to go into, though, with pictures like that on the front of them. Did they send you anything else?
No. I don't know. You're scared to say anything these days without offending, and
you are on this show.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I was asking you, Matt. Actually, yeah, you guys would say anything, wouldn't you? So, like, you'll be like, yeah, put it on, and then like I'm on the news at 10 or something.
We're only 14 minutes in, and someone's already said dildo, so I think you're quite fine with reviewing that.
Sexist drone operator review channel.
Only 3% of our audience. I don't know about you guys with channels, but only 3% of my viewers are female. I think that's a real shame that there's so few girls in the hobby.
Well, that's triple my percentage.
It's 15 on mine.
Well, 15. they're all waiting. Well, Tony, is that because Tony doesn't show up in any of these videos? He's just got record footage.
He just doesn't mean 15%. He just means 15.
Mine is
another ladies' night.
Mine is 2%, and I would wager that some of those are potentially males using their females' partner's account. Even so, who knows? You know.
Well, that's presuming they might be gay. They might not have female partners.
They might be.
What about non-gender Pacific?
That's it.
YouTube does not allow you to identify as non-binary, for example.
Non-binary?
Is it not?
Feel free to be as sexist as you like, going to your 30 nuts.
That's true as well. Like it says 2% female, and then like the rest of the percent male. But where are all the 79 other genders? Percentage.
Tony bought his a laptop for his dog so he'd get an extra viewer and subscriber. How is Junior liking it? He finds it a bit hard to do the thumbs up though.
He does paws up.
Yeah. Oh, Mikey Dread is here.
What's up, Mikey Dread? My favourite person.
Oh.
I love MC. I have to give a shout out to MC Creations.
Yeah,
MC is everywhere, and he's such a constructive, decent guy with all of his comments he ever makes on videos. So
agreed.
Good man, MC. You are a good guy. You're the sort of viewer that us YouTubers want on our channels, not like some of those pieces of, can we say shit?
Pieces of eight.
That poor Andy has commenting on his being so.
Andy, where do your comment section is like the toilet of the internet. You know what I mean? Admittedly, I'm on it, but like some of the comments I've left you.
I bet you scroll all over the toilets, Jack.
Yeah.
We got HPI in the chat. What's up, HPI guy? He said that Dread is a legend, which he is.
He also says that he identifies as an ESC.
Strange beeping noise he keeps making.
What firmware? Because if it's
I think it's Flight 1. I think HPI guys trying Flight 1 with this new mode that everyone's talking about, which I can't even remember what it's called now.
Sim mode.
If it's a KISS one, it won't last long, will he?
sim mode.
I did want to ask Andy about his last video with his like $6 million quad, because when you were doing it and you started going through, I did slightly start expecting you to say, and of course I can't fly naked, I have to buy clothes, ka-ching, and I need to live somewhere. So this house as well is all part of the drone space, ka-ching, and just see the plug go up and up and up.
Yeah.
But I don't
Buying
think
a field.
I included everything that you need, and yeah,
I'm with you on this, Andy RC.
Petrol money for driving to the field, ka-ching.
Oh, they're being horrible. I'm like totally get what you were saying. You do reviews of like $99 drones, but you can't just fly a $99 drone because you need a transmitter, you need the goggles, you need the batteries. Exactly. I like
to fix everything that's wrong with it from the factory as well. So yeah.
I think the thing I didn't realize, and what I think has upset most people about that video, is that it truly reveals how much that we have all spent, and we sort of, and I thought it'd be like, yeah, this is the what, you know, if you want to be Mr. Steel or in Rotor Riot, this is their gear that they're using, and a lot of us are also using that gear, and I think a lot of people saw that figure and thought, damn, that's how much I spent, kind of thing. And that wasn't my intention at all. My intention was, I've been doing these budget ones where they say $99 copters, and I just so happened to have finished this. Yeah, I wasn't even going to do a video on it. I wish I hadn't now. But
no, don't ever think that, Andy.
I actually built that copter because I was, you know, flying with you guys to have something when I go for, because I just don't, you know, I never have a copter for myself, so it was just have like a KISS setup. And
you didn't mention me though. You didn't say that you were inspired by and that Tony is wrong.
I think it was me that
Tony's copying
him.
No, it wasn't that actually.
Characteristics of Tony's flying.
It was none of you guys. It was me getting the footage back and it being crap. So
you know what? I think that you made what nailed it for me, Andy, is when you said that you've been flying this frame for ages and you've not broken it. You think about how many of the people watching now have had a quad where you've crashed it, broken the frame, and you can't be bothered to strip all the components out of it because the carbon fiber was such low quality and it just sits on a shelf somewhere. So, you know, good for you. I don't ever regret putting a video out like that, because for the few troll comments you get, the majority are positive. So just ignore those knobs.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I think as well, you know, if you don't have people who don't like this is the funny thing. Like sometimes I post on Facebook those funny comments. I could make it is nowhere near the amount that I'm actually getting. I'm just that Facebook could have 10 of those a day on. And that's just that's just what it is like to
but it's because you've got loads of subs. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
so
I love your I love them when you post up them. I just like, it fucking makes my day.
I mean, I tried to be in that video. I tried to say, look, you know, I'm not saying anyone should spend this amount of money. What I'm doing is I'm saying last week I checked out $100 quadcopter. This week, it's going to be like a $2,300 setup. And I said setup. I didn't say the drone on its own cost that much.
Yeah,
I think
everything that you need.
A lot of the comments on that video seem to miss the point of you were seeing, you know, when you're saving, you know, scrimping and saving down to the bare minimum that you spend on a budget quad. What are you missing out on? Like, how different is it if you go all out?
Yeah.
How much difference does it make?
It's like anything as well. I mean, the copter flies amazing. It's perfect, but you could probably get something going for, you know, the whole lot. I'm talking goggles, everything, $250. And I say that in the video, but I don't think people get that far. They're just outraged by that point. and a hammering the keyboard. But it's all good, man. It's all
It's
good.
frustrating. You put out a 27-minute video. It's 27 minutes, that one, and it is really frustrating as a content creator when you watch your view time. And I think on average it's about 5 or 6 minutes, because people do just skip through. And that's why so often you guys probably find this. You get questions that
are
you've answered in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, watch the video. The answer's there. Please just watch it. That's why we produced it. But it does make me think now. You know, I used to always watch my videos back when I'd edited them before I rendered them. And I stopped doing that, but I'm doing it again now. And actually what I do now is I think, do people really care anymore? And I cut out big chunks
I do.
to shorten the videos, to keep it about 10 minutes. It's a shame because we do what we do because we love doing it. So it's a shame to cut out content that we think is valuable.
Don't cut it out. I love it. I don't watch TV.
No, oh my God, no. How many times? Yes, we get it. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh my God, watching people do up screws.
The thing that I find sad is I find myself cutting stuff out because you can hear the comments in your head, and I wish I could ignore that, but it's like I try and not let people say, you know, like the amount of dislikes and unsubs I get when I post a music video, but I'm still going to post them, you know.
Damn right.
But yeah.
What percentage though, Andy? You got like over 50,000 subs, and you're getting a couple of people going, "Oh, I don't like this."
It still doesn't feel good. Like even this last video, you know, you can lose 80 subs, and that hurts, man. Because
80 subs, I'd have none.
It's all proportional, though, Andy. For those 80, for the 80 you might lose, you'll gain like, you know, way over 100. So
I don't think that's true these days, man. I don't think it's as easy.
On the other hand, do you care about those people that you've lost? Because if you've lost them, it's because they don't appreciate what you do. So why would you want them subscribed anyway? That's my view.
Yeah, good point.
I don't know.
Why try and please people that don't appreciate what you do? That's my view now.
This comes on the week where I put out a 49-minute video, which Jack then phoned me and said, "What were you thinking?" You were just mumbling like an idiot through it.
That is, oh my God, man. So I mean, I found it funny, but like,
I did put a disclaimer at the beginning. If I'm not like doing something direct to camera and saying, "Here's what I'm doing, everybody," then I just go into my own little world. And this is what you've got for 49 minutes.
I am like that. No wonder Sophie hates him. No wonder. I was just like,
I enjoy it. I watch everyone's videos from start to finish.
You never bloody comment.
It's probably because I haven't got a TV license, but
yeah. Oh my word! I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What the hell?" Frank, you've got some actual structure to this show. Should we get on it? 26 minutes in.
Can I just say, just before you do, can I just say, Richard Smythe in the chat says keep videos to 3 minutes.
Only flying videos, Richard.
Yeah, what sort of videos are you watching, Richard, if you only want 3 minutes worth?
That's all it takes for him to, you know.
That's what my wife says. She says, all your videos are too long. I'm not watching them. They should be 3 minutes. I was like, I can't explain anything in 3 minutes. What if it's complicated? She's like, make it simpler. She just wants results.
Can you imagine Let's Throw Now intro in less than 3 minutes?
Oh,
hello, welcome to the show. As you shall think, and you'll see.
Bye.
Go kitten.
The ones Richard Smythe's watches, he's done in 3 minutes and put it away.
Who hasn't seen his penis?
Pornhub.
Everyone has. Poor old Ash has seen it in 3D, ain't you?
Rich,
through your tiny whoop. That's it. You know, that's the guy. The guy you just shouted out is the.
It's all figuring now. Okay, Rich, I never want to see that in my goggles ever again. I tell you, I'm just glad I didn't have the HDOs at the time because it would have been really high resolution then.
Oh my God! A funny fact. Somewhere in his house, I've written with red marker pen, "Tony is gay." But I've also wrote on his boiler, Nancy takes out the arse. Is it still there?
Oh, if only I had my DVR going, I would have.
Thank you, Darnone, for my birthday present, by the way. I finally went and got it. It was at the post office. And one question, is this right hand or left hand polarized? Thank you.
The problem with what we do is you feel pressured to have covered absolutely everything. And in order to do that, you have to make a really long video. Yeah, you could make 3-minute reviews, but you just get a million comments saying. I can remember Stu from UAV Futures. He reviewed the new latest Omway goggles, the very latest ones, the expensive ones, and his video was like 20 minutes long or something, and he just didn't mention the fact that they switched from 4x3 to 16x9. That's all he didn't mention. And there was 100 comments. You didn't even mention that they do 60, and it's like the video's already 20 minutes long. It's so difficult to get. Everyone wants different things out of a video, and that's why we have to make them so long. Otherwise, it'd be 3 minutes long. Also, YouTube doesn't favor short videos because it can't put enough adverts on it, and that generates the revenue. Well, so what YouTube wants is it wants long videos, it wants daily videos, and it doesn't really matter if they're any good or not either, which is a shame.
Yeah, but surely retention is a factor.
Retention as in
viewing
people watching it. So they've got to be good in order for people to watch it for long enough to get the adverts.
No point having
this anymore. I've got a
few minutes and then just a black screen for the next 17.
If you just look if you look at your YouTube statistics, on any video you'll make, the first day you post it is the only day that it gets views. After that, you literally see a nosedive. It used to be the case when I was uploading 6 years ago. You'd upload a video and the views would accumulate and stay the same. But now, whatever YouTube does is it favors this new content, and now old stuff is gone. But
I think also, Andy, it's because years ago there weren't lots of content reviewers, so a new product would come out, there'd be 1 or 2 reviews of it, and they would be the main few reviews for people looking to buy it for the weeks after. But now a product comes out and someone's reviewing it every single week, so I think that's why things
I'm not just talking about products then. 10 years ago I put a music video on YouTube and its views would just climb always, and it would be a constant. And now, actually, on that same channel at the time, just almost overnight, that stopped happening. And it's something to do with the way that they list them. Like if you search for something now, like say in the news, it'll come up as the first thing, like because it's recent, it's happening now. Or if you type in Casey Neistat into YouTube, his first video that he just posted will come up, not his last one, not his most popular one, not his most interesting one. And so there's been a change in YouTube for that, which has meant that daily content, because people are only going to watch the new stuff, got to make new content every single day, and the quality is dropped because of that, I think.
YouTube called me the other day, which was weird.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah.
Are you sure it was YouTube?
Were you owed PPI? Were you receiving Windows error messages? Or was it a Nigerian prince? Is that racist?
It was some Greek lady. She was from YouTube. She had a google.com address, and only YouTube employees have only Google employees have google.com addresses. But they talk you through your channel, and they talk you through what you're doing wrong and what you can improve. And she told me that my views were primarily from suggested videos. And that's scary. Not from organic search or anything like that, or subscribers, but from my video being suggested after someone's watched someone else's. I found that really depressing. And I think that might be why, Andy, like you're saying, the algorithm has changed. so that your videos are not in search results these days, but actually people are watching videos as a consequence of it being recommended that they watch it from elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I mean, like, Andy's got over 50,000 subscribers, but your videos don't get 50,000 views, which is kind of what you would expect, as well as things coming in from other places. And it's like, I think about 10% of views are from subscribed people, and the rest of it's just coming in from random. And then they look at it and say, well, I'm not subscribing to this crap, and then wander off elsewhere. But yeah, the suggested views is really high compared to anything else. Weird.
It's across the board as well. There are some exceptions, but if we take PewDiePie, for example, 62 million subscribers, but if you look at his videos, they get like just over 1 million a day. So that's the equivalent of having 60,000 subscribers and getting 1,000 views a day. He's got 60 million and getting 1 million views a day. So it's like it's something not quite right there, is there, when it comes to the subscriber numbers. It's almost like it doesn't mean anything anymore. It's something definitely weird. There's some disconnect, and I think it definitely got worse when Google took over, for sure. But nothing you can do about that. It needs a platform to replace it. I think that'll happen. I kind of feel like it is happening. I think everyone's views are down. Even if you look at the big channels, their views are down. I think people have maybe, you know, YouTube's becoming the MySpace, or maybe I'm just very negative in general.
Friends reunited, remember that?
Or does this mean that people are watching elsewhere? Or they're just like, oh, I'm not bothering with any of this watching stuff. I'm getting it on Facebook or what?
Maybe Facebook. I know. I certainly know Facebook and Instagram are more consumable because they're on the phone.
It's true.
I think Facebook will start to develop their platform now to steal YouTube traffic. I think they'll start offering content creators much more flexibility, because their video platform's horrible at the moment, but it's getting more and more popular because it's so easy. So I think you're right. YouTube are going to lose its edge. Vimeo seems to have just been left behind a bit.
Well, like, funny enough, I got emails from Vimeo a while back saying that, you know, back in the day when you could just put any old music on anything and it was a bit more of a freer thing. But yeah, they've copyright striked a lot of stuff now on Vimeo. Can I ask you a question, Ash? It's been burning away at me since we started the show.
I'm not sat in a brothel.
How comes we're not looking up your nostrils?
Because there's my laptop.
What? How? What? Ah!
You bought a new camera.
No, you probably can't see the reflection. I'm on another computer here. I knew nostril cam wasn't very popular, so I'm using my work computer here. Nostril cam. Shall I talk about drones for a second?
Go on, because
35 minutes in.
I'm all droned out. I am, man.
Oh, I thought it'd be a nice treat, you know. So just to say, there is a really nice initiative going on called Drone Around the World. You might have heard of Ken Heron. He's an American guy, radio host. I know Wayne's been on his show before. Loves his super chats, earns an absolute fortune from it. But a really nice guy. Basically, Drone Around the World is a charity initiative that Ken started together with Kelly from Ready Set Drone. They together have bought a DJI Spark. They've signed it, and it's going all around the world to lots of different content creators who are all going to sign this DJI Spark as well. Donating to a charity called Make-A-Wish, which is for kids with critical illnesses, which I think is a really nice one. And it's hard to find a charity that everybody sort of believes in generally, but this one sounds like a really worthy cause. So it's going to be arriving with me, I think, in a few months or so. I'll post details in the chat about it, but if anyone would like to be part of that or try to win this DJI Spark, then feel free to enter that.
It's a bit small for how many signatures this is going to have, isn't it? Why did they do the biggest bloody DJI?
They're sending it with a little pen with a really fine tip, so you can
Maybe it's like those old little things that you drew on and then stick in the oven and it shrinks it down. It's got a really big case.
Shrinky dinks.
Yeah.
An Inspire 2 would have been lovely, but yeah, it would have been a bit of the tax and the duty fees. This thing's literally going to Australia, Hong Kong. I've got to send it to Argentina when I've received it. And by the way, every time somebody receives it, one of the content creators, we're going to fly it in our area, in our country, capture some lovely sites, and then eventually render that into one big video showing droning around the world.
Well, that's really good for the environment. Well done.
Well, yeah, good old DHL. But it's a nice idea. I'll put details in the chat anyway if anyone wants to read more about it. So that's enough of drones. Should we go back to what was it, dildos we were talking about earlier?
Well, I saw another video that you've stuck up recently, Ash, recommending a Christmas present for drone pilots, and I thought that was a good recommendation.
The Menace RC antenna set.
I was wondering, because the other thing that's going to be, I'm sure, big in stockings again this year are the DJI stuff for various people. You said a while ago, or you put up a video saying that Mavic 2, everyone should not get it yet.
Yeah, and I think that's still the case. Well, personally, I think that's still the case. You could say any new product, you shouldn't buy it for maybe 3 to 6 months. But there are people out there who want to just go and have the latest and the greatest, and then possibly suffer the consequences of a flyaway or an issue. And although it's based on the original Mavic Pro, it's not the original Mavic Pro. It's a brand new product, essentially. So my advice is don't buy one for 3 to 6 months. Already, there's been a number of issues raised with the Mavic 2, the Pro and the Zoom. Features of firmware that are missing, such as precision landing, so it lands meters away from where you took off at the moment. So yeah, I wouldn't buy one yet.
Hasn't it got a problem with the gimbal falling apart because it's glued on or something? Or
that was a one-off issue, but yeah, it was quite odd. Apparently, DJI have been using this glue on every single one of their drones so far, but yeah, one of the gimbals
fell off. Silicone stuff, the rubbery black stuff.
I mean, some glue's all right. Lotus use glue on their cars. They're still together.
Yeah, look at most of our cars, our mainstream cars are glued together, door cards and things like that. That was a one-off issue, but the other big thing that's come out about the Mavic Pro with the 1-inch camera sensor is that it's using line skipping. So it's not actually giving you the results that you'd expect from a 1-inch sensor. So essentially you're buying an expensive drone with a big 1-inch camera sensor and it's not using it. So have a think. I don't think anything's worth buying until it's settled down, and plus they've got rid of that initial rush manufacturing bunch of products sat on a shelf somewhere, and they can make some minor hardware revisions.
We won't need to, will we? Because as you said the other day, the Microdrone 4 is coming out. We're saved.
No comment.
People in the chat are asking us, are we doing a drunken Halloween night? So, well, I suppose it's coming up soon, isn't it, Jack? Oh,
yeah.
It's every LDO.
It's on the 25th.
What? Because the last one was so successful. What?
The 25th, also known as next week.
You had to take it down because it was so awful.
What? Isn't every LDO drunken anyway?
We squished that one.
Why did
it got weird.
Squished? Did it? I can't remember. I was so fucking drunk.
I never saw
There's
it.
a reason you don't remember.
Oh, I see.
We had a penis pumpkin.
Oh, yeah,
Told Tony that we love him.
That is weird.
I was nice to him.
Oh god, no wonder it's fucking not on air.
That is odd.
Just swore.
Well, we've talked about dildos and stuff anyway, so we're not going to get any bloody money for this.
Yeah.
The best episodes are where they go offline and then people say they can't remember just doing the episode. Not naming any names.
That was one of them.
Have you not got the super chat turned on today, guys?
Oh,
yeah, it's on.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah. I think Underfluke's just poor. Because he bought
He's basically, all of his wages get piled into Let's Drone.
I just tried to send a super chat. It says, unfortunately, it's not available yet in your region.
What?
Must be your area.
You have to send us some of your carpet instead.
That sounds really dodgy. I'm not sending you any of my carpets, Odie. Anyway, yeah, Wayne, Microdrone 4. Maybe we should get Vernon on the show.
Do you think he'd come on? Because I did a review of the Microdrone 3, as you know, and then he sent me a letter saying it was a little bit unfair, and I said he wanted to discuss it, and I said fair enough. Here's my Skype details, and then he didn't come back to me. So would he come on?
I really want him to come on. He's old Robot Wars.
I have to be honest.
And he's Dragon's Den.
I'm not completely convinced about the Microdrone 4. Looking at it,
tell me about Microdrone 4, because as far as I was concerned, Microdrone 3 wasn't finished, was it?
Hey, there's a post from Richard Harwood. Up yours, Jack. $5.
Thank you.
Wasn't there meant to be a gimbal that was going to be like a DJI gimbal for the Microdrone 3? Did that ever get released?
Yeah, and instead of it being a 2-axis mechanical gimbal, as he promised to backers, it was a 1-axis mechanical gimbal with EIS for the roll axis,
which was standard definition, anyways.
Yeah.
If you want to know what that looks like, just attach your camera to a servo and randomly move it around, and that's what you've got.
Oh wow!
I tell you what, though, I bet the revenue that was
he ain't coming on, is he?
I bet the revenue that was made from
I want to know what did he get? Something like $3 million?
Yeah, you know what? We joke.
Where'd it go?
We joke about this, right? But somehow he has managed to get Microdrone 3 into, I think, Harrods. What's that big kids store in London?
It's in Curry's as well.
Argos, and it's retailing for about 150 quid, and we're talking about a £30 Banggood type quad here. I'll never understand it. I really won't.
The thing is, though, right? I went into like a gadget store in the week, and they had Microdrone, they had all of these toy drones. They were just flying off the shelves. They couldn't restock them quick enough. The toy drone market, especially now at Christmas time, if I had any sense, that's what I'd start doing is start reviewing those things. Although they sell themselves really in the shops because they're just there. Oh, yeah, 50 quid, yeah, your dad will like that. That's it, gone. You know.
Problem is, Andy, people that buy that crap don't watch our reviews. They just walk into a shop. They've never seen a drone before. They don't even know how to spell drone. They just go to a shop, buy it, and then lose it, and it flies away, and they never see it again. So they buy another one.
Can I just buy in? Underfluked has just sent a 10R. Thank you. Where's that blooming Andy RC challenge for Jack and Tony? Aye, come on, lads, sort it out. Rant over. And Underfluked is not ill. Is ill at the moment, so I hope you feel better soon, mate.
I'll get better.
Yeah.
He now can't afford to get his prescription. He's just sent us all the money.
Yeah, pretty much. Andy, you gonna send that thing?
I've had a bit of a challenging week.
It means leaving his house,
which is no excuse. But yeah, I'm gonna send it to these guys. So apologies for the delay for these. Yeah,
I can't wait for my bench to get destroyed.
I was flying this one today. Here's a toy drone, and that little optical flow sensor actually worked. It held its position.
Yeah,
it was really weird.
Not Q drone.
I could walk around it. No, this is VI, but spelt with THI.
It looks like a copy of the Tello and Q-Drone as well. Q-Drone is that horrible crowdfunded one.
Have I got one?
It works surprisingly well. Hang on, let me see if I can get a close. There, that's the logo thing. Really weird spelling.
That one. Okay, right. Google Q-Drone, which was a crowdfunded drone, which was a disaster, and I think that is Q-Drone.
Oh, it's been repackaged, you think?
Yeah. Q-Drone was an absolute scam. It raised $1.3 million. Didn't deliver to anybody, was crap. Had GPS, 4K camera, etc. It looks exactly the same as that.
Yeah.
We just had another load of cash flow come in. Thank you very much, guys.
Cash flow.
Thank you.
Steve Coles, Tornado Girl. Thank you very much. MC Creations, beer guys. This time in my name.
Oh man!
Thank
Have you guys been watching Tornado Girls Flying? It's incredible, man.
She's really, really good.
Oh
really
man,
good.
all that backwards Matty stunts flying. I can't do that. I was like, wow.
Not bad for a lesbian. No time.
What?
She was a lesbian.
I'm hoping you'll love me for that.
I like the way Jack says something offensive and then sort of side swipes it to Tony.
Yeah,
that's something Tony would say.
I've never heard anything.
just Tony. I'm like that guy who's been who's that like sicko, isn't it? Poor Tony's waiting at the tube, and I just pushed him into the tube.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of that going on, isn't there?
Oh, the other one. I've seen a couple of reports today of someone's been going around with a radio jammer, and it's been causing a load of problems with people out in the field. Well, over at Stockley Park in West London. It set something off, and the load of quads went all in funny directions when people went.
Really?
So I would entirely recommend that everyone double checks that their fail safes are all set properly. There is this outside possibility that this is a slightly cleverer type of jammer that sniffs packets and then sends those back out, which could sort of pretend to be a radio and doing whatever you've been doing recently. But it's much more likely that it's just blasting out weird stuff and just they're fail safing in ways that aren't very safe. Yeah, so that's not fun. Keep an eye out.
Scary.
That is scary. That's not nice doing stuff like that.
Talking of lost drones, I reviewed Finder 2 last week, which is the new version from VFly, whatever you want to call it. And it's really nice. It's got a really, really bright LED on it now. So if you lose your drone and it's nighttime, it's got a light sensor. So if you lose your drone, you're trying to find it all day, wait until it gets dark and then LED.
He's got shares in them, Curry.
Hey, there we go.
He's now part owner of VFly.
I do have 3 of them for a random reason.
He's even got them on his car. He's got them on his kids. Everything.
It's really nice. It's the same price as before as well, and it's at night. It's really super bright as well. Great product.
I haven't tested it out yet. I'm slightly behind.
Is it as much fun as that ornithopter?
Oh, that was really good fun. There's a new version of that coming out as well, and this new version is an insect, so it's even smaller.
Can the new version fly? Because it didn't look like you had control to me. It's kind of like just releasing a bird with a dodgy wing, which went wee.
But you know what? As I said, we test fly stuff all the time, and we can normally fly whatever we test fly, as long as it's not utterly crap. But that thing, I test flew, and I had to fly about 5 or 6 times before the review, before I could actually get a feel for how it actually worked. And I liked that. Rather than just, it was more of a challenge than what we normally do. Do you know what I mean? I
love the word ornithopter.
It sounds a bit sexy, doesn't it?
No, I wasn't going there. But yeah, I mean, you got to taste the learning curve of like, I really want to be good at this. I can't wait to be, I can't wait to fly this thing.
I have seen some really awesome looking, like proper ornithopters, and they look amazing when you see ones that really fly nicely, but they are mechanically complex.
What's an ornithopter?
It's a flying bird, basically. It's a flapping wing thing.
When I was a kid.
What's an ornithopter?
Don't say northern flapping bird. That's a very different thing.
I really want, me and Dan Upton really wanted to have seagull shaped like planes, that look like ornithopter seagulls, and have an ability to have on a switch so that we can shit on each other. So we stand on either side of the field and then have to like poo on each other.
Nicking your chips and stuff.
Yeah.
You live in Brighton. There's loads of seagulls there. Too many.
Yeah. That would be a good LDO challenge. The seagull shit edition.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
2 guys line up each end of the field.
Don't we spend enough time on LDO shitting on each other as it is?
It's literally my job.
Mentally.
Loved the new potato version 2, Andy. And,
Oh yeah, potato
great
copter
video.
came up last night.
Potato
it
cops are
worked.
real good.
I was gutted when you pulled it to bits at the end, though. If you haven't
It's
watched
a
the video, there's
potato.
things- but it doesn't
It
need to
would
be
rot.
pulled. You could have at least cooked it and ate it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Could've
Yeah, you
done.
should have
What's
ate
wrong
it,
with
and then
you?
you could have like this was the flying spud, and I ate it.
We grew it. We planted it, and we're gonna
Well,
grow
let's
it.
go
and-
back there next year and see if it's had babies.
Well done for putting the Portal 2 reference in as well. We like that.
Yeah. And there was no cake.
Could you please try and make a micro version using a crumpet, a flying crumpet? You'd have to cook it first to
How
stiffen it
about
up.
pumpkin?
Pumpkins next
It's a
on the
bit
list.
heavy, aren't they?
It's too big. Yeah,
Oh, you hollow it out.
Baby ones or hollow?
Still
Hollow-
fairly heavy.
that's going to need an Inspire to lift a pumpkin.
Oh.
I reckon Microdrone 4 would transplant very easily into one of those mini potatoes, you know, the little
Jersey
Bernard
Royal.
invite him on. Can I invite him for next week?
The Microdrone 3
No,
could
we've got
barely lift its
David
own
on.
weight, so I don't know about a potato as well.
End,
Quite a lot of
end
people
of the
in the
month.
chat. Quite a lot of people in the chat kept asking a couple of chats up for girls' night too. So I think we might be able to arrange that before Christmas.
Mhm. Yes, Tony is going to do that.
I will arrange it before Christmas. Girls' night.
Yay.
#2.
Thank you. Ash, after the show, we'll give you the list of free dates, and you can
All right.
pass them on to Vernon. So next week, hopefully, we've got David on talking about his travels with his knife and
By
His
curiousness.
his bicopter.
Are we dressing up, or are you all saying we're dressing up, and then I dress up, and then you all come normal? And then
We're all dressing up as each other.
Oh yeah. Have we got to pick out of the hat who we're gonna be?
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna so play up whoever I am.
Didn't you two commit to dressing as girls on an episode some months ago? And it
Well,
never
I
happened.
can't remember that. What time is it?
Conveniently.
I don't remember that.
Girls' night. You said you were going to both dress as girls.
Jack dressed up as a girl the other day to do his little song.
No, he's definitely a dude. I had a bin bag mini skirt and everything. Andy RC's not happy about that.
I'm fine about that. It was the dog bumhole that I didn't like.
It was the
yeah.
chism all over your top.
The
Oh,
whole time I was thinking that when Ash was talking about that spark being sent around, and I thought if they sent it to Jack, it just rubs bumhole on the back of it.
He'd just write obscenities on it, wouldn't he? He'd come back smelling dodgy as well, probably, like your hoodie.
I tell you what, I've never worn a top and got it to the point that Jack had managed to get my top. It's like he'd worn it for a week or something.
I was rubbing myself in it to get my scent in. I wanted you to know who owns you. I'm so sorry,
There
Andy.
were far too many curly hairs on it. And I know your hair's curly, Jack.
I
but
was ripping them out.
These were very short curly hairs that were on this.
You poor thing.
Yeah.
Can I ask, just talk about drones briefly again? What are you guys working on?
Oh God! Why? This is not even called anything to do with drones.
It's
this
let's
channel.
drone out, not let's perv out. We've got to talk a little bit about drones. Let's make it at least 5 minutes. What have you guys had anything interesting that you're reviewing at the moment?
Well, my next video now. I'm gonna up the game, and I'm gonna sell my car and see how much I can spend until.
What?
Not really.
You're gonna sell your car in your next video. This is gonna be interesting. It's whooping season, so I got you pressed because it's a shy camera. Oh, yeah.
I got the beta
75?
beta
Something 65.
This is the 65 version, yeah. So I got that. And what else? Not a lot really. I've got a build that I need to do because Furious FPV have released their 2.4 video system, the diversity, So I need to build something for that. Yeah, but not a lot really. I don't think. Yeah, it's sort of gone a bit quiet. I think the whole toy section is exploding at the moment because of Christmas and stuff.
It's Christmas, isn't it? Yeah.
But I think what's happened with the 5-inch stuff is I think everyone's got their stuff now and is flying it, and I don't think I think we've got more products than people want to buy. So yeah, I don't have that much coming through really. Yeah, just tiny whoop stuff, which I'm fine with because it's getting cold out there, and it's not just cold; it's horrible. Rain.
First day I was actually cold today. I come home from work and I was in the sun at work and it was okay. It was warm. Went up the field to fly and I was like, I was actually cold for the first time in about 7 months. It's bloody horrible.
It is.
You're northern, Andy. You don't get cold.
It's not so much the cold. We've had this hurricane, whatever we call them, hurricanes now. We're American. Hurricane Alice or whatever it is.
Alice.
The thing is, all our houses are made of brick. So the worst thing that happens is like a tree falls down.
No, bin gets knocked over.
Yeah, a bin blows over. In America, all their fucking houses just get ruined because they're all built out of wood.
Again.
It doesn't matter. We said dildo hours ago. We can swear now, Jack.
Seeing that whoop, Andy, brought back such good memories from the mini air show when we were all in that.
Yeah, we've already talked about your great memories, Ash.
Yeah. Apart from that incident with
a bit of fond reminiscing for the penis in the.
I might get Rich to send me a penis shot and be like, wanted.
This sounds like a Me Too moment. What happened?
It was a bit. I had my Fat Shark SEs with a massive FOV, flying my little tiny whoop around this lovely, brilliant LED interactive track, crashed on the other side of the marquee, and somebody who can...
Richard Smythe?
Yeah, I was going to remain anonymous.
No, just say it, he don't care.
Decided to flap out his manhood in front of my FPV camera whilst I had my goggles on. So
perhaps
I got full 50 degrees FOV, a manhood.
Perhaps
that's
he missed
the biggest he ever felt.
Perhaps he missed the meaning of what a tiny whoop was.
But that was great.
Get your tiny whoops out.
Is this worth a plug for the mini air show, Andy?
Oh yeah, definitely. We will be doing the same sort of thing again on Friday and Saturday night at Mini Air Show, the Team Mini Air Show event in 2019, which will be MA5, still at Popham. There'll be loads of stuff. It'll be good. Follow on Facebook and Instagram and all the things.
Me and Curry Kitten will be talking for 6 hours straight, and when we're not talking, Ash, you will be talking.
Yeah, I was hoping there'd be more than 2 pairs of people, else it doesn't get split up very well. There'd just be delirious people on the microphone.
I want Ash to be the guy presenting everything next year.
Yeah, but no one could hear me last year. I was chatting to myself for the whole time and not realising the mic wasn't working.
We like it like that.
Oh, thank you, Jack. No, it was an amazing show. I just hope it's a bit warmer next year. I felt like I had hypothermia.
I don't want more people to come, less. The races are all good. I just want more people, more family, more friendly type.
People from the chat now.
Yeah, just come along and make it like Flight Test, I think.
Frank, who's in charge of press relations? Have you sorted that bit out yet?
No.
Okay. That's who we need then.
I think that's the sound of Curry Kitten volunteering.
I'm suggesting there should be one.
Yep. Oh yes, there should definitely be one. Thank you.
If you're in the chat now and you're UK based, you've got no excuse. Travel down and camp and get drunk with us. I mean, fly stuff.
And Tony has volunteered for overseas relations. So if you want to come over from a different country, Tony will meet you at the airport and escort you to the airfield, and we'll find you a tent to stay in.
Yeah.
Tony, Foreign Secretary. Imagine that.
No problem.
Yes, you can arrange. Tony's email is thetonestar@gmail.com. Is that right, Tony?
Yes, that's perfect.
If you need to call him, just call 0555 555
07
555.
555.
All the fives, 55.
Yep. But
Oh,
yeah, so the dates
Right.
are May 2019. It's they'll be camping over on Friday the 10th. We'll be setting up on Friday the 10th. Then they'll be camping overnight, and then the show itself will be the Saturday the 11th and Sunday the 12th of May 2019.
Whoop, whoop.
I
gonna be
literally
good.
can't wait. I literally can't wait.
It's going to be fun, man.
Right, thank you. You've been listening to Let's Drone Out. We've been joined by Andrew
Is that
slash
it? We
Frank,
finished. I think that was
Goodbye.
Andy RC,
Good evening.
Ash from Droning On,
Good morning.
my little Tony,
Bonjour.
Curry Kitten.
Goodbye.
I've been Jack, bright till I fly. Good night.
Bye.
Everyone.